All right, this weekend, a local meadery is celebrating Mead Day, and we're lucky to have co-founder and head mead maker of Schramm's Mead, Ken Schramm, in studio, as well as Lindsay Horn, the senior administrative assistant. Thank you so much, Lindsay, for joining us, and Ken for joining us. For people who are at home and don't know what mead is, Ken, what is mead?
Well, mead is the fermented beverage from honey. Grapes make wine, barley makes beer, apples make hard cider, and if you use honey to ferment, you end up with mead. And we add spices and fruits to a number of ours, just the same way beer makers use fruits to spice up their beer too.
Well, when you think of honey, you think of sweet, right? Are meads sweet?
They can be as dry champagne or as sweet as dessert wines. Most of these are relatively sweet, and we do like to leave people with that residual taste of honey in the meads that we make.
Okay. Well, Lindsay, tell us a little bit about what's going on this weekend in honor of Mead Day.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're hosting a festival. It'll be in downtown Ferndale, right next door to our tasting room, 1 block west of Woodward off of 9 Mile. We're going to have some exciting releases. Ken's pouring you a taste here of our Red Agnes, which is a red currant mead. We'll also be featuring Marionberry, which is made from Willamette Valley Marion blackberries. And we'll also be featuring Sarah, which is our raspberry cranberry mead. We'll have that paired with food from some amazing restaurants around town. Grey Ghost Detroit, Voyager, Doug's Delights will be joining us, and Axel Brewing Company and the Livernois Tap.
All right, and this is really good, and I can kind of taste the currant there. So what is it, how do you use mead? How do you drink mead? I mean, is it something, as you mentioned, a dessert wine? I mean, what do you pair it with?
It is delicious with meals. A lot of these meats go really well with barbecue or with a lot of the lighter cuisines right now, like a Michigan salad. It goes really well with internet surfing.
Okay.
It's great on its own,
Yeah.
but we like to think it's got a huge spectrum of use.
Yeah. And, you know, is it typically served cold?
It can be served any way you'd like. Some people even serve these with soda water and a little bit of ice. Our feeling is, if you've bought it, you're entitled to serve it any way you'd like.
And that's wonderful. And I was stunned before the interview looking at all the flavors. Very quickly, tell us a little bit about some of the flavors. I see ginger there. You said this is a currant mead.
Sure, and we like things that have a lot of acidity. If we're going to have a little bit of residual sweetness, it's nice to have a sweet tart punch. So we use fruits like red currants and black currants. The rebuttal that you see here was made with tart Michigan cherries, a Balaton cherry that was pioneered by a woman named Amy Iazzoni at Michigan State University. We put a little bit of chocolate in that and a little bit of vanilla beans and aged it in an oak barrel.
It sounds like a lot of fun to make mead, because it sounds like anything that you can imagine you can work with. Sure.
We do some piloting. We like to take our time to make sure we've got the recipe right, but once we get it in your glass, we hope it provides some pleasure.
All right. And Lindsay, can you tell us a little bit about if someone at home is going, you know something, I think I'd like to give this a try. How can people get tickets, and tell us a little bit about when and where?
Yeah, so the event takes place this Saturday, August 4th. We have 2 sessions available. The first is from 1 to 4. The second is from 5 to 8. We have tickets available for both sessions still. You can find our tickets online under the event tab at store.schrammsmead.com.
All right. Well, I'd like to say in advance, Lindsay, Ken, happy Mead Day.
Thank you. Happy Mead Day.
Thank you very much. Chris,